Hello, good morning, everyone. I'm very happy to be here today remotely because of the travel restriction. I was not able to join, but my name is Mathieu Léonard, and I'm the Canadian Red Cross representative for the Americas based in Panama. And I would like to introduce today my two colleagues, Lina Garcia, who is gender advisor based in Bogota, and Mr. Anthony Mitchell, who is our disaster risk reduction advisor based in Trinidad and Tobago. Today we are here with you to give you a slight overview of the community resilience building project in the Caribbean, which we are working in partnership with our colleagues here from St. Vincent and the Grenadine Red Cross. So what is the community resilience building in the Caribbean? It is a resiliency building project at a regional level that aims at making the communities more resilient through climate change adaptation and with a special focus on gender inequality. So the idea of this project came in 2017, 18. So this is when it took shape. So basically it was discussed within different partners in the Caribbean to ensure, to identify some needs of improvement of the resiliency to those climate change. So the focus of this project is to build the regional capacities. Basically, we have at a regional level, we have a focus, which is through CDEMA. So CDEMA to focus also align with the different local authorities, which in St. Vincent is NEMO. And from our side, to work with the International Federation of the Red Cross as well, and the different national societies of the Red Cross, which means it is St. Vincent and the Grenadine Red Cross National Society in your country. So this, the idea is through a set of different trainings of the capacity. That means the trainings in climate change adaptation, training on disaster risk reduction, and of various capacity to capacitate those different national society, but also to invite the local partners. It can be like NEMOs, but also other local partners they would work through. So the idea is to build the local capacities and establish some partnership with different stakeholders in order to have a higher impact in your communities. So basically, there's capacity building, there's training of the communities, there's training of the stakeholders, there's building of agreements and partnerships. So building some joint work plans, for instance, making some formal agreements. And from our side, we do a lot of this component regionally, and we do direct implementation in 3 countries, which are Suriname, Belize, and St. Vincent and the Grenadine. And here in St. Vincent, the project coordinator is Mrs. Decima Hamilton, who you know here. She's my counterpart for the St. Vincent and the Red Cross Society. So I would like perhaps to give the word also to my colleague Lina, so to explain a little bit more in detail what is this gender component from this project. Lina?
Yeah, hi everyone. My name, as Matthew mentioned, is Lina Garcia, and I am the gender advisor. Wishing I was there with you, but unfortunately we can't. So for Red Cross in general, it is very important that women, men, girls, and boys in the communities are all engaged and can participate in the different activities and gain the right knowledge to face disasters and become more resilient. So this is why the CRB project has been designed with a protection, gender, and inclusion approach. So I will walk you through different phases of how we're going to include protection, gender, and inclusion through the project. So one of the biggest results we will have from this approach is the Red Cross will be able to sit down and make alliances with the strategic stakeholders, such as the Gender Affairs Department, UNICEF, Save the Children, and other organizations that can come together to work on gender equality, protection, and inclusion for the communities. Also, as a sustainability strategy, the Red Cross will train the community leaders and local organizations and also community members on protection, gender inclusion, accountability, and the Red Cross CRB team will guarantee that the community disaster plans will always have a gender and inclusion approach. This means that these plans or whatever action we have in the field, we will guarantee that we will have a strategy for disabled people, we will have a strategy for children, and we will have strategy for different populations. So everybody can be part of the project. Also, the Red Cross will ensure adequate training for staff volunteers in topics such as gender and inclusion, child protection, and prevention of sexual exploitation and abuse. Also, a big part of the organizational development for Red Cross, we will also develop a gender strategy that will prioritize specific activities that have to do with these different thematics at a national level and at a local level for communities and for staff and volunteers. I want to share with you the names of the volunteers that we have as focal points in St. Vincent and the Grenadines to support you and myself, and they can answer any questions on PGIE, which is Protection, Gender, and Inclusion. So we have Joselle Sutherland, we have Joanna Stone, and we have Susan Edwards. So as we from the regional level cannot always be there, these 3 volunteers will always be available to support us in trainings, questions, and other information that you require. So thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Lina. Now Anthony will give you a word on what of the 3 activities we're doing in Bockaman, Overland Magum, and the Paget Farm. Go ahead, Anthony.
Okay, thank you very much. Good day to you all. Anthony Mitchell, as Matthew said. And I am responsible for ensuring that the identified communities, as Matthew mentioned before, build resilience to impending or recurring disasters. Now, when we speak of resilience, what do we mean? It means being able to return to your former state or former self after a disturbance as quickly as possible. So our role is to ensure that the communities build their capacities as far as possible so they can return to their normal working state as quickly as possible after a disaster or some other disruptive event occurs. It doesn't have to be a major disaster like a hurricane. It could be a smaller disaster like maybe seasonal flooding. But whatever affects the community and disrupts the community, we want to ensure we build their capacity to return to their normal working state as soon as it is possible. So in this context, what we are really doing is capacity building, as Matthew and Lina said. In my area, I'll be looking especially very directly with the communities themselves to determine what are the issues that the communities see as their major impediments. So Ms. Hamilton and Mr. Leroy Edwards, they will be there on the ground, and I am just there to support and assist as far as we can. This must be a community-driven activity. We are here as supporters and enablers and facilitators. So we will be doing, have been doing disaster training for the various communities, and we'll also be doing small or micro projects designed, thought of, and implemented by the communities themselves that will build their capacity to become stronger and more self-reliant. In this project, there are two main foci, which will be one, as Lena said, gender focus, and the other one is climate change. So we will be building the capacity of communities to resist or to be able to return to a normal state after predicted climate change events. And again, the communities will identify, or will help them identify in terms of climate change occurring, what are the likely issues that they will be facing, whether it's more drought, whether it's more flooding, whether it's more hurricanes, well, whatever it is that climate change may result in. How can we help them to become more resilient and build their capacity so that when these events occur, they can return to their normal state or even a better state afterwards. And we want to ensure that this is sustainable. So whatever we do, we don't want to come back 5 years and somebody said, oh, the project was done, but nothing happened. We want to ensure that whatever we do, the community can then carry it on in a sustainable manner, each one teaching each one, so that the community continues to be building their reliance as they go along. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Anthony. As you see, this is a very important project considering the amount of disaster happening and how climate change affects the different countries in the Caribbean, including your country. And one important thing is that I'm sure that with the new team we have here of Mrs. Hamilton and Mr. Leroy and Mrs. Joselle, supported by the regular staff of the St. Vincent and the Red Cross Grenadine, and obviously the volunteers who are doing dedicating their times during weekends, during evenings to make sure they are working with the communities. So it is in full consultation with the community. So they are the one who at the end will express their need and will make the choice of the activities of the events we do. So we will invite you, of course, to liaise with the team of the St. Vincent and the Grenadine Red Cross for this project. And I wish the team of a good success in the continuation of the activities, and also a special thanks to the NEMO team, who has been very collaborative as well as a key stakeholder in this project. And of course, just want to make a final mention that this project is also sponsored financially by Global Affairs Canada from the Government of Canada. Thank you very much for your time, and I wish you an excellent day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.